Hey guys, everybody liked me in my blue shirt, so you guys get to see me in it one more day. Just court right now. Wouldn't even allow me into the facility, and they said to me you have to have a mask on in order to go into court, and if you don't wear a mask, they said you can't come into court. So there's no way they're going to even hear the case at this point. They said that there were two individuals that were running the screening, the metal screening, and then the COVID screening, and they were all like, you have to have a mask on. And I'm like, I have a medical condition, I don't have to wear a mask. They go, well, what condition do you have? I go, I don't have to reveal that to you. That's HIPAA, it's private. And they were like, well, just tell us. And I'm like, I don't have to tell you. Like, that's the law. You can't ask what it is. And these are police officers, guys. They don't even know the rules. Then, when they asked what happened, first off, they were like, I can't believe that you were arrested for not wearing a mask, is what they said. They were like, really? And then they were like, who did it? Which officer did it? And I go, I don't know, his name was Joe Kanaka, I think is what it is. It actually was Joe Kanaka. And I gave him the badge number. And they were like, is it a rookie? Was it a rookie that arrested you? I go, I have no idea. He's about this tall. And then I went through and I explained everything to them. And then they try to turn it around and say to me that, well, why don't you just comply, with the mask? It kind of looks like you were just going in and looking for trouble. I'm like, are you serious right now? Like, it just goes to show exactly what state of mind law enforcement is in. These people, they don't even know the laws. They don't even know the rules. They don't even know the regulations. They don't know any of it. And then here they start by saying, oh, I can't believe you got arrested for not wearing a mask. They go, did they ask you to leave? I go, no, at no point did they ask me to leave. They said, if you have to put a mask on, and that if you don't have a mask on, we're not going to sell you a bottle of wine. They go, we're going to call the... And I said, well, call the cops. So, by the end of the conversation with these individuals that wouldn't allow me into the courtroom to, just take care of the business that I have to. Now I got to go back. They said I have to go back next week again to take care of this. They said, just wear a mask. Literally. They go, just wear the mask. Put a mask on. And I go to them, I go, telling me to wear a mask is like telling somebody in a wheelchair that they have to get up and walk in. And they're like, no, it's not like that at all. What do you mean it's not like that? I go, what if I've got a peanut allergy and somebody serves peanuts? And you eat a peanut, they get sued. I said, the emotional pets that people have. I said, nobody is entitled to ask them why they have an emotional pet. You just get to have an emotional pet. And they're like, well, that's not the same. I'm like, oh my God. They're like, just wear a mask, dude. Just avoid all this. You could have avoided all this with this stuff. I go, you guys don't get it. Like, you really don't. And they were sympathetic. They were like, it sucks, but they're like, oh, it kind of seems like you were asking for it. I'm like, are you kidding me? You think I wanted to get arrested? You really think I want to be dealing with this stuff and I wanted to be arrested? Like, this is literally how these guys think. This is how their minds operate. But anyways, so nothing really resolved. I just wanted to come on real quickly and give that to you. So they went into the court clerk. The lieutenant that was there stationed, and he went into the court clerk, and he said he's got a condition, he can't wear a mask. Court clerk goes, well, he's either got to wear a mask to come in, or he has to have an attorney come in with him and represent him. And I'm like, neither is an option. I says, why can't they come out here or do it on like Zoom or something if they're that afraid of somebody coming into their courtroom? Well, no, they're not going to do that. You're going to either have to wear a mask. They're like, just wear a mask that you can breathe through. I'm like, you can't be serious right now. So they're like, you got to come back next week. They says, you either got to bring your mask or you got to bring an attorney. And I'm like, well, I'm going to come back next week and I'm not going to bring an attorney and I'm not going to bring a mask. So they're going to have to figure out how they're going to process me, because I'm going to come in and I'm going to do the same thing. And if they're going to refuse me entry in to do this thing, unless it's contingent upon, you can't force me to bring in an attorney. You cannot force me to bring in an attorney. And you cannot force me to wear a muzzle. Now, I'm not going to say that to them, but that's what it is. And they're like, just put one on that you could breathe through. They're like, look, we think it's all bullshit too. We think this. And exactly, Melissa, I know, exactly. So they're like, you just wear the mask, just wear the mask. And I'm like, it's not going to happen, guys. You don't even get it. Like, you really don't understand. And they just kept going back and forth saying, oh, just put it on. And, and it's just, I just want to tell them, are you on medication? Like, what medications are you guys on? Just don't take the medication. Just don't take the medication today. Just stop taking the medication today. Literally what I want to tell them. Just stop taking your medication. Well, that's not the same. Oh, it's not? Okay. Because it sure does seem the same to me. So now I'll go back next week, and on the 20th, I won't have a mask, I won't have an attorney, and then I'm going to see what's going to happen. What are they going to do? Are they going to allow me in, or are they going to do a Zoom call, or how are they going to do it? But it's absolutely absurd. They wouldn't allow me in entry for everybody that's watching right now. The court wouldn't allow me entry. They're like, just put a mask on. And I said, I can't do it, guys. I'm not going to do it. And they wanted to know why I was going to put the mask on, or why I wasn't putting the mask on, what the condition was. And then they're like, well, anybody could say they got a condition. Well, yeah, anybody could just tell you to wear a mask without knowing the effects or the negative and adverse effects to somebody's psychology or their physical or their mental state of being, of wellness. Wear